Hey guys, I'm here to show you the lesson plan that I designed for Gyan Labs and kind of the reason behind its structure. So you can follow this as a template if you want to. It helps organize the lesson plans for every lab that you want to put together, and it really tries to focus on the essential things that kids need while still doing the hands-on activity. So if you look right in the top hand corner here, you have age level, the topic, and even the date that they're going to be doing it. If you're giving this to a teacher or something like that and they need to know what date they're doing it, you could put that on there. The next most important thing you have is this essential question. So the essential question is huge. We use it all the time in teaching, and mainly it's what you want the kids to get out of the lesson. You know, what is it that's broad, really broad? So how does this lesson that they're going to do, this thing that they're going to build, how does that connect to the world that they live in? What matters about it? What's so important? Why is this thing going to change the world or help them out? Here I have written down the education activators. These are the things that you guys are using on your pre and post tests. And what you can do is you can kind of put them in here so that if a parent wants to see exactly what the students are working on or what they're learning as far as skills go, so memory retention, inferring, predicting, whatever it may be, you can put those in there so that a parent or a teacher can see exactly what kind of things the students expected to learn as far as skills go. The next key thing I think you should put in is learner background. Like, what background knowledge are these kids coming with? If you're going to be doing a lesson about atoms and electricity, they may not know about those things. So those might be subjects or ideas that should have been taught ahead of time. Or if you're expecting, let's say it's a robotics camp and they already understand about, electricity, batteries, some physics type stuff. You put that in there as well so that the teacher or the person administering the lesson kind of understands exactly what's expected and what's happening. Next, the materials, student objectives. The student objectives, so what are they expected to do in the lesson? What are they expected to work on? Not necessarily what are they expected to learn, but what are they expected to do, actually physically do. So you'll notice for this one, it's for the eco lantern that you guys build, the nice solar cells. So students will understand and analyze one of the methods of which we gain energy from our environment. That's the idea. That's what they're supposed to be getting out of it. Materials, usually just the set materials that you guys have, the lab kits, whatever they may be, and the pre and post tests. Now this is one of my favorite parts of any lesson, the initiation. So you begin any lesson that we do as a teacher, you have to get the kids' attention. You can't just say, all right, here's your paper, go. You have to try to bring them in. You have to try to get them to begin to think and activate whatever knowledge they already have. So I always like to start off the lesson by asking kids to answer a question for me, out loud, verbally, so that people can hear their answers. And sometimes I'll even pair the kids up. So I'll take one student and another student, ask them the same question, and have them talk about it, rather than have them talk to me, because it gets kids talking, which is ultimately also another skill that we want them to learn. So you'll notice every lesson should have a hook, something that gets the kids interested right away in what they're doing. It can even be hands-on. But usually it's a question or look at something and tell me what you think about it, those types of things. The learning activities are pretty straightforward and pretty simple. They're the order in which the lesson's going to occur, kind of what's going to happen, what information do they need to keep going forward to finish the product that they're going to have in front of them. And then the last kind of thing here that's really important is a closure. So the kids have built their eco lantern, they built whatever project you wanted them to build, but now you have to make sure that they tie it all together. So it should tie back to that essential question that you asked in the beginning. It should be able to have them see broad ideas or problems given what they've just created. So they built a solar panel. Well, why aren't solar panels everywhere? Why are we limited in how many solar panels have been created and how much of it is used? Something that gets them to really think about the science involved and how it relates to their own life. And then the last two things you can kind of do is the assessment. A lot of you like to do the post questions afterwards to see how far they've come since the pre-test. Those are great. But you could also, as we talked the other day, for younger kids, you could just go around and ask them questions and kind of have a checklist of what's going on. And then in the bottom here, I put any additional resources. One thing that's great is if you find any PDF articles or videos online, you can let the kids know about those and give them access to those things. So for the Eco Lantern, I found a PDF reading that's like 5 or 6 pages long that if the kid wants to take a look at, if they're really interested, they can learn more about the subject. It's just giving students an opportunity to keep going, to go further with their knowledge base after they've had a really cool lesson that you guys have produced. So I think that's kind of the essential framework for a lesson plan. You can use it if you'd like to. It really breaks it down into really simple, manageable steps that, first of all, allow the kids to get really excited, and second of all, gives a really nice kind of structure for whoever's administering the lesson. It gives you exactly what you have to say, the order in which you do it, and it just seems to work for most of the things that we seem to teach back home, and I've seen even work here. So I hope you guys try to use it. If you do, great. If not, that's cool too. But that's about it. I hope you guys are having a good one. See ya.